student visiting us this morning, I've been told, I've not met her personally, from a home country, birth country, Pakistan. We welcome you. ये इंजील मुकद्दस के ये फादर यीशु मसीह ने 2000 साल पहले फ़लस्तीन में ये अल्फाज कहे. Jesus stood up in the synagogue and talked about God in the present tense. It is much more comfortable to study about God and His mighty acts and talk about in the past, God did this and this. It is much riskier to open our heart to God each day, to listen and ask God, Lord, what are you telling me at this very moment when I'm reciting Thy holy word, or I'm gathered in a mosque or a church to pray before you and to sing praises of hymn to your almighty name? God, what do you want me to do now, today? That plunges us into now, present time, what we are supposed to follow God's will. I faced such a challenge in my early ministry when I was serving as a priest in Rawalpindi and also building a new mission in Islamabad. I'm talking about late 70s and early 80s, 1980s. Christ Church in Rawalpindi was built, as this church was started in 1850. That church was actually built in 1850, right across the general headquarters of the Army of Pakistan. And I had started work in the capital, new city, about 50 years old, Islamabad, beautiful city, to build. On Saturday, I would do a service in the British Embassy for the diplomatic community. And on Sunday, I would do in the slums, from the richest to the poorest. The slum dwellers of Islamabad who cleaned the roads, cut the grass, and wash people's clothes. Those kind of people who did the menial labor. On August 5th, 1981, we had 9 hours of uninterrupted monsoon rains. The heavy downpour caused floods in the low-lying areas where many of these poor people lived. The rain kept falling, and at least 2,000 poor Christians and some Muslims also lived in those poorer areas, the low-lying areas of Islamabad. And majority of them are the people to whom I ministered. They lost their homes and were rendered homeless, and the little they possessed washed away by the rain. In the absence of proper toilet facilities in these places, the area was polluted with unbearable stench of human excretion. We needed a permanent solution to the subhuman living conditions of these Christians in Islamabad and also the Muslims who lived in that area. I remained restless throughout the night and literally prayed. I went because Christ Church was next to the rectory, and I went inside. I opened the church during the night and I knelt down on the floor in front of the altar, and I prayed and asked God, how can I help these thousands of people who have become homeless? What kind of message I can give them, So I prayed and opened my heart before God, and as I started praying and staying quiet in the presence of God, some thoughts started popping up in my mind. Patrick, you must write a letter to the president of Pakistan, asked him to visit this poorest area in the capital city. President's house was also he was the army general, General Zia-ul-Haq, and so he lived only 2 blocks away from Christ Church in Rawalpindi, and as I said, it was the general headquarters of the army and the war college and everything right next to the church. So, as I started thinking, write this letter, I said to myself, Lord, I'm a young, inexperienced priest, and I have never ever talked with the head of the state. How will I do it? I wrote a letter finally early morning. I used to have a Remington typewriter, and I wrote that letter. I typed it on that, and I had at that time the most senior officer of the fort. We call it in the English language, British English language, cantonment. We call it fort, army fort. In the cantonment, the head of the cantonment was Colonel S.K. Fresno, who was a Christian colonel and officer, and so I called him and said, when you go to your office, it is very close to the president's office, so I want you to take this letter and make it possible that it is put early morning on his desk. And he did come at 7 o'clock and took the letter from me. Next day, I received a telephone call from the military secretary of the president of Pakistan, who invited me to meet with the president at 1 o'clock in Islamabad, in the Capital Development Authority office. I was pretty nervous and wondered what would I say to the president. I had no training in diplomacy. One of my parishioners drove me to meet with the president of Pakistan. I had my Bible in my car and read the passages from Jeremiah. I honestly say, I read that passage 2 or 3 times, and then I read the passage where Jesus says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, and I read the passage, and this guy was driving. He said, tell me what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say. And I said, don't talk to me. I am like Prophet Moses, a man who has an impediment in speech, who does not know how to talk to a president. I am asking God to bless my anoint, my tongue, and my lips, so I may be able to talk to him and plead the case of the poorest of the poor. And I started hearing God's voice within me. I have appointed you, Patrick, my servant, to be a priest, imam, to my people. Do not be afraid. I have consecrated you in your mother's womb, what Jeremiah heard. Get yourself ready, stand up and say to them whatever I command you. Do not be terrified by them. I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. Those are the words Prophet Jeremiah heard from the living God when he wrote that Jeremiah's first chapter. I arrived in the president's office and begged him to come with me to see the plight of the suffering people. The president, General Zia-ul-Haq, accompanied me, and he came to visit the slums and receive those people received monetary help, and also we got land where they were not the low-lying area, and we actually built. President Carter's organization here actually gave us some money, and we built several homes for these poor people. That's a picture. I put some copies of my sermon in the back, and it's a picture where the president is visiting these poor people in Islamabad. Here in the Gospel this morning, Jesus arrives in Nazareth. This is his childhood home, where he played and worshiped. Jesus enters his family synagogue. He knows these people, he knows their faces. Jesus the Christ stands up to read from prophet Isaiah and chooses another of the great passages about the coming of the new age, the release from the slavery. These people were living under the oppression of the Roman government, the superpower. The new exodus and restoration after the exile, which formed the hope that sustained so much of their Jewish life, to trust in God. Their God is their rock. Their God will rescue them, set them free. This is the message often referred to Jesus Nazareth Manifesto. These are the revolutionary words. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because He has anointed me to preach the gospel. Gospel means the good news. To preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the broken-hearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, whether they are captives of sin or whether they are captives of political oppression or economic, oppression, and recovery to the sight of the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. Jesus read this splendid and moving declaration, first proclaimed 700 years ago by prophet Isaiah as a prophecy declared for the coming of the Messiah, the Christ. He is telling his own relatives and friends in Nazareth that even as they were listening to it was coming true that He Himself, Jesus, the one who has been grown among them in Nazareth, is the Messiah of God, and it has been told about Him by prophet Isaiah 700 years ago. The reaction of the hearers, first they were impressed, certainly, as we see in the first part of this reading appointed for today in verse 22, and I quote, all spoke well of Him in Jesus, and were amazed at the gracious words that came from His mouth. But the depth of their failing understanding, hidden obvious from the rest of the verse, they knew Him so well. He grew up among them. Then they looked at each other and said, is this not Mary Joseph's son? We know Him too well. And the answer is no, no, million times no. As the voices at the river, the time of Jesus' baptism, the Lord God Almighty spoke from heavens, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. As at the beginning of Luke, same chapter 4, while Jesus in the wilderness fasting and praying, devil comes to test him, bring temptations. And devil even admitted, you are the Son of God. And what it means for him to be not the son of Joseph, but the Son of the living God, the new Adam, the founder of new mankind, the Savior of the world. People in Nazareth had heard that He had done miracles 20 miles away from Nazareth, a town called Capernaum. And now they are saying, you have done miracles over there. Can't you perform one of the miracles here so we can really see what kind of power and signs God has given you? And indeed, Jesus is saying, I have come with the good news of salvation for the people of Nazareth, not only for you, but for all Galilee. And I want you to understand, and indeed for all Israel, and indeed beyond Israel, for all Samaria, and indeed for all the places in the world, Pakistan, Nigeria, Norway, all Europe, all Asia, Africa, and Australia. And my good news, my salvation, setting the capital free. This message is not for only limited in this area, but for all human beings, whatever race, whatever color, whatever language they speak. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have life everlasting. The message of Jesus the Christ, the message of the gospel, is an inclusive message. It is not only for one ummah, for one community, but everybody is welcome with His open arms. Come unto me, all you are tired, all you labor hard. I will give you rest. Wear my yoke, which is light and easy. This is a message that upset people of Nazareth and changed their attitude from admiration to fear. That's what the gospel tells us this morning. In John's gospel, we also read that Jesus came to His own home, and His own people received Him not. At the same time, God, to the person of Jesus, is doing something extraordinary in the history of human beings. There is a new world order for all who receive Him, who believe in His name. He gave power to become the children of God. Jesus the Messiah has not come to inflict punishment, just to judge and make us feel small and miserable all the time. That's why another reading was about love. God is love. God is merciful. God is all forgiving. Jesus saying the gospel was for the poor, for the oppressed, speaking to those at the margins of society, as I was telling about the slum dwellers in Islamabad. Jesus announcing that He came to liberate all humanity from the clutches of sin, and also from the oppressive structures and the impoverishment of His society. One may say, Rector, Father Patrick, you are getting too political in your message. Let me say, you can read Manifesto, Jesus Manifesto, or read any major prophets as Isaiah, Amos, and Hosea. They condemn worth religiosity in our worship when we compartmentalize our religious practices of our daily life. Don't worry about Daniel is a child of God. Daniel is fully accepted and loved. He has an equal membership, equal shares in this corporation. God loves him dearly. So we cannot just say, this is an hour for us to be that such holy in the presence of God. But when we get out of the doors of this church, we can do anything we want to do. Jesus declares that God is fixing things, my brothers and sisters, mending people, making life, new life happen. Into this sort of work, Jesus calls each one of us to be His partners in mission. Jesus announced the program yet to be completed, yet to be finished. He invites us to be His eyes, His arms, His hands to join Him, His mission to be completed. Let us be the evangelists of hope, the instruments of peace, the healing hands of Jesus to sow the seeds of love in places of hatred. and the light of Christ with the good news of the gospel in those dark places in our world. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.